Dear students, let us continue our study in this paper Organic Chemistry, and in the previous module you have studied about the reduction by metal hydrides as part 1, and we shall continue that study in this module as reduction by metal hydrides part 2. After studying this module, dear students, you shall be able to understand the hydride reduction on the conjugated carbonyl compounds, comprehend the hydride reduction of carboxylic acid and derivatives, understand the hydride reduction of nitriles which are saturated as well as unsaturated nitriles, and then you shall be able to apply the reduction using different hydrides on combination of functional groups present in the same compound. Reduction, that you are already aware, is an invaluable process and can be used to remove functionality from a molecule and also for introducing stereocenters. In the previous module, we have studied that the reduction of carbonyl compounds to alcohol by metal hydrides involves the nucleophilic addition of hydride ion to the carbonyl group. The most common metal hydrides that we studied, they are lithium aluminium hydride and sodium borohydride. Unsaturation brings more chemistry to life. Conjugated double bonds, they have different properties from isolated double bonds, both physically as well as chemically. So, the question comes in our mind is, what will happen if there is unsaturation in the molecules bearing the carbon heteroatom multiple bonds? And another question which comes is, will the reduction happen similarly or it will take some different course? So, in this module, we shall continue the study of reduction by hydrides on other groups like carboxylic acid and derivatives and nitriles, and also see how the presence of conjugated double bonds will affect the reduction on these functionalities. So, let us begin with reduction of unsaturated carbonyl compounds. Let us have a relook on conjugation before we see what happens when the reducing agents, especially these hydride reducing agents, are subjected to unsaturated carbonyl compounds. You are already aware that the stability of conjugated dienes is higher than the non-conjugated dienes, and this is because of delocalization of charge through resonance. So, let us understand how the presence of conjugation changes the reactivity of carbonyl compounds towards the reduction by metal hydrides. A carbonyl group shows nucleophilic addition reaction at carbonyl carbon, but when you look at these examples as shown here, A and B, they are the products of addition not to the carbonyl group but to the CC double bond, and this is known as conjugate addition. Conjugate addition or direct addition to the carbonyl group. So, what we mean by this, let us try to understand. When do nucleophiles undergo conjugate addition, which is also called as 1,4 addition, and when they do add directly to the carbonyl group, which is referred as 1,2 addition, and this will depend upon various factors. These are condition of the reaction, nature of the alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound, and type of the nucleophile. Reduction of alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl derivatives, they pose a potential problem due to possibility of 1,2 as well as 1,4 addition. So, if we talk about reduction with lithium aluminium hydride, reduction with lithium aluminium hydride, for example, if we consider this benzyl acetone, it can lead to either the allylic alcohol via the normal 1,2 addition of the hydride to the carbonyl, or it can lead to the saturated alcohol as shown here via the 1,4 reduction. Reduction with sodium borohydride, if we talk about, sodium borohydride reduces the alpha beta unsaturated aldehydes and ketones to saturated alcohols. The borohydride has reduced not only the carbonyl group, if you notice here, but the double bond as well. In fact, the double bond is reduced first in a conjugate addition, followed by the addition to the carbonyl group, as you can see here. So, here if you look at this cyclopentanone, through conjugate addition, first the double bond is getting reduced and then a second addition is happening to the carbonyl, and then the carbonyl is getting reduced to this corresponding alcohol. Talking about how the unsaturated carbonyl behave with dival H, or which is also called as dival. Conjugated carbonyl compounds, they are reduced to allyl alcohols in the presence of diisobutyl aluminum hydride or dival H, or this can be done with sodium borohydride and cerium chloride. So, as you can see in this particular example, this conjugated ketone, when it is subjected to dival H or sodium borohydride in the presence of cerium chloride, then it is only the carbonyl which has reduced to alcohol, the double bond is unaffected. So, here it is the 1,2 addition which is happening. So, after understanding the reduction of unsaturated carbonyl compounds which are conjugated, let us now move to understanding the applications of these hydride reducing agents on other functional groups. And first of all, we take here the reduction of carboxylic acids. The reduction of carboxylic acids again can be done in variety of manner. So, first of all, we have reduction of carboxylic acid to alcohols. Carboxylic acids are easily reduced to primary alcohols by the help of lithium aluminum hydride. The reaction here goes via the intermediate stage of aldehyde, but it will not stop at the aldehyde stage, and further it gives rise to the corresponding alcohol. If we talk about the conditions required are particularly mild, and the reduction proceeds quite well at normal temperature. And as an example, you can look at this particular case. This particular carboxylic acid is getting reduced to this particular corresponding alcohol in excellent yield, and the stereochemistry of the COH is retained as such, where the COH gets converted into CH2OH. Sodium borohydride and catalytic hydrogenation are ineffective for the reduction of carboxylic acid. This is very important thing that you have to keep in mind. The sodium borohydride, being a weak nucleophilic reagent, cannot attack the carbon of the carboxylic group as compared to the carbon of the carbonyl group. Other hydrides have also been used to reduce carboxylic acid to alcohol, and if we try to study them, they are a combination of sodium borohydride and an aryl boronic acid have been used. For example, benzyl triethyl ammonium borohydride in dichloromethane converts carboxylic acids to alcohols. Another hydride reagent which has been commonly used for this purpose, they are the boranes. Borane is mainly good for carboxylic groups and allows the selective reduction of carboxylic group in the presence of other groups, like the reaction with double bonds takes place at about the same rate in ether solvents. Borane also reduces the carboxylic acid salts very effectively, and this can be seen from this equation that RCOH when reacted with BH3, it will be first giving you this triacyl borate which is quite reactive, and with further BH3 it will be reduced to RCH2OH. Talking about the reduction of carboxylic acid to aldehydes and not to alcohols. So, aldehydes, that is the in between stage from carboxylic acid to aldehyde and alcohol. So, how to stop at aldehyde level, that is what we will talk about now. Reduction of carboxylic acid to aldehyde stage is difficult because aldehydes are more reactive than carboxylic acid towards most reducing agents. Almost any reagent which converts acid to aldehyde will also reduce aldehyde to primary alcohol. So, how to now get this conversion done? This can be achieved if we take weak reducing agent, for example, lithium aluminum tritertiary butoxyhydride. It is a weaker reducing agent as compared to lithium aluminum hydride. And acid chlorides are strong activators for the nucleophilic addition due to the minus I effect of Cl. Hence, it will convert the acid chloride to aldehyde without further reduction to alcohol, and in these conditions the aldehyde reduces more slowly and can be easily isolated without the problem of getting converted into further alcohol. If you look at the mechanism, the acid reduction to the aldehyde is a two-step process, and let us understand this with the help of this particular example as you can see here. So, this is the isobutyric acid. First of all, what you have to do is with SOCl2 you have to convert this into corresponding COCl, and then with lithium aluminium tri-tertiary butoxy hydride the COCl gets reduced to CHO. So, the first step is the conversion of acid to acid chloride, and the second step is the reduction of acid chloride using the lithium aluminium tri-tertiary butoxy hydride into the corresponding aldehyde. This, if you recall, can also be achieved through the Rosenmund reduction. So, with palladium barium sulphate hydrogen in the presence of quinoline, the RCOCl gets converted into RCHO. Now, coming to reduction of carboxylic acid derivatives. Lithium aluminium hydride reduces all type of carbonyl groups, that is aldehyde, ketones, esters, carboxylic acids and amides, and each of these reduction gives an alcohol as the product, except the reduction of amide with lithium aluminium hydride, that will be giving you amine. And this decreasing order of reactivity you can clearly see in this visual, that aldehydes are most reactive, followed by ketone, followed by esters, followed by amides and followed by carboxylic acid. But if you notice that all of these are getting reduced with lithium aluminium hydride, but out of these only aldehydes and ketones get reduced by sodium borohydride, and the remaining, that is the ester, amide and carboxylic acid, are not reduced by sodium borohydride. And note that this is because the acid and acid derivatives are less electron deficient at the electrophilic carbon due to electron donating plus M effect of the OR or NR2 or OH groups in these derivatives. Talking about how the carboxylic esters are reduced to alcohols, lithium aluminium hydride reduces the carboxylic esters to give two equivalents of alcohol, and this you can see here. Starting with this particular ester, you will get a RCH2OH and another R-OH, which is actually the cleaved part of the ester alcohol part. So, this particular reaction is of wide scope and has been used to reduce many esters. For example, you can notice that starting with this particular ester, when we do the reduction with lithium aluminium hydride in the presence of benzene, then what we get is this corresponding alcohol. Notice that this COOET has been reduced to CH2OH, and obviously there will be ethanol as the byproduct. Lactones also, they are effectively reduced, but they will be yielding diols. Among the reagents, lithium triethyl borohydride and BH3SME2 in refluxing THF, they also give the same product. Phenolic esters containing electron withdrawing groups are reduced by NaBH4, but the reaction with other esters is slow. Therefore, NaBH4 cannot be used as a reagent for such reactions. Carboxylic esters, they can also be reduced to alcohols by hydrogenation over copper chromite catalyst, although high pressures and temperatures are required. Ester functions, they generally survive low pressure catalytic hydrogenation, and before the lithium aluminium hydride was discovered as the reducing agent for esters, the reaction of reducing them to alcohols was done by using sodium in ethanol, a method which is known as Bouvelt-Blanc procedure or reduction, and this procedure is still sometimes used where the selectivity is necessary. Coming to conversion of carboxylic acid derivatives to aldehydes. There are few methods for reduction of carboxylic acid derivatives to form aldehydes, and these methods are useful to change the properties of LAH such as reactivity and stability to allow partial reduction. And how it can be done? For example, alkoxy or alkyl group can be attached to aluminum in order to modify the reactivities of the reagent as a hydride donor and also increase its solubility in the non-polar solvents. Two such reagents, if we consider, they are lithium tri-tertiary butoxy alumino hydride, and this is soluble in THF, diglyam and ether, and another one is diisobutyl aluminium hydride, which is soluble in organic solvents such as toluene, THF and ether. And each of them, if you notice, there is only one hydrogen or one equivalent of hydride which can be donated. So, of these, the diisobutyl aluminium hydride or Dibal H is most commonly used for reducing carboxylic acid esters into aldehyde. This, on the contrary, cannot be done using lithium aluminium hydride, which will give rise to alcohols. And this is because Dibal is a weaker reducing agent as compared to lithium aluminium hydride, and hence the reaction stops at the aldehyde stage and no further reduction to alcohol takes place. So, you can look at this particular example starting with this ester. You can see with lithium aluminium hydride you will get alcohol, but using Dibal then you will be stopping at the aldehyde level. Another example you can see is this particular ester. This again with Dibal you will be getting this aldehyde after hydrolysis. And shown here are the examples of reduction of this acid chloride which goes into aldehyde using this particular reducing agent, and similarly this is the acid amide which is effectively reduced to the corresponding aldehyde by using Dibal. So, after understanding the carboxylic acid and their derivatives reduction using hydride reducing agents, let us now try to understand the reduction of acid amides to amines, how it happens. Acid amides do not give alcohols on hydride reduction like the other derivatives were giving, and this is different from the other derivatives. And how it happens? Let us understand. Reaction of an amide with lithium aluminium hydride initially gives an intermediate iminium salt, and this is further reduced to an amine as the final product. Oxygen here is completely removed from the molecule. For example, you can notice here that starting from this particular amide, so this CO gets reduced into CH2. So, after amide, let us try to understand the reduction of unsaturated carboxylic acid and esters. That is, what will happen when unsaturation is introduced in the carboxylic acid and esters. For unsaturated esters, conjugate addition occurs. There is also a significant role of steric hindrance. If the beta carbon of a carbonyl compound is more hindered, the nucleophile is less likely to attack there, but there are a number of nucleophiles that can undergo conjugate addition even at such highly substituted carbon atoms. For example, you can look at this particular case where this reduction is giving you with sodium borohydride, it is giving you this particular product. But when lithium aluminium hydride is used as the source of hydride, the esters get reduced to alcohols. The reduction of alpha beta unsaturated ester with Dibal in polar solvents, for example, will result in the formation of allylic alcohol. For example, if you consider this particular case, this unsaturated ester is going into corresponding allyl alcohol production. So, after the unsaturated esters reduction, let us now try to understand how the nitriles get affected by hydride. The reduction of nitriles, first of all let us consider when will they give rise to amines. Lithium aluminium hydride is a very strong reducing agent and this is used to reduce nitriles. In the case of nitriles, the carbon of the carbon nitrogen triple bond, it acts as an electrophilic center where the hydride is attached, and this is because the nitrogen is electronegative and hence the carbon is electron deficient. So, the hydride adds twice to the nitrile due to the triple bond, and during the reaction the aluminium complex basically acts as a giant proton, for example Lewis acid. So, you can see this mechanism, that starting with nitrile, how the hydride will be transferred from AlH4 minus complex to the carbon, giving you this C double bond N minus, and another hydride is transferred to this C double bond N to the carbon, giving this particular in between species, and with aqueous workup we will be getting this molecule which further on hydrolysis will give you this particular amine. Talking about reduction of nitriles to aldehydes, diisobutyl aluminium hydride or dibal, that can be used to reduce only one oxidation state, that is from CN triple bond to the CN double bond, and the CN double bond on hydrolysis can lead to aldehyde formation. So, hence if we use dibal, it will reduce the nitriles to aldehyde, and for example you can consider this particular case. So, this C triple bond N, when subjected to dibal H, it will give you this intermediate C double bond N, and on hydrolysis it will give you this corresponding aldehyde. The mechanism for this is different because it is a Lewis acid, hence it is required to coordinate with the Lewis base before activating, and this is followed by the hydride which is intramolecularly delivered, as you can see here, and unlike the other metal hydrides, it is an electrophilic reagent. And if you look at another example, this is another nitrile which on reduction with dibal H in the presence of toluene will give you, and followed by hydrolysis will give you this particular aldehyde, and notice that the 3-member cyclopropane ring is not getting destroyed here. Now, let us consider the reduction of unsaturated nitriles. Lithium aluminium hydride reduces the nitriles to primary amines without affecting the alkene double bond in the unsaturated or conjugated nitriles. For example, as you can see here, this particular nitrile which is having this double bond in this cyclic ring, when subjected to lithium aluminium hydride, there is no impact on the double bond and the cyano will get reduced into CH2 NH2 as usual. So, here the electrophilic nitrile carbon in one structure when attacked by hydride generates this intermediate salt of imine as second, and subsequently the second hydride attacks the carbon via shift from aluminium to form the metal salt amine as this 3 structure, and then finally this metal amine salt on hydrolysis produces the primary amine shown as 4th. So, in the reduction of carboxylic acid derivatives, sodium borohydride reacts with acyl chlorides and anhydrides in the presence of hydroxylic solvents such as water and alcohols, but at low temperature they are sparingly soluble in non-polar solvents. Also, sodium borohydride is less reactive than lithium aluminium hydride, and hence it cannot reduce amides and acid, and also the esters are very slowly reduced. Let us now summarize what we have learnt in this module. Dear students, we studied how lithium aluminium hydride reduces the carbonyl compounds such as aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acid, acid chloride, anhydrides, amides and nitriles, and out of these the sodium borohydride is not going to impact on the others, it is going to affect only on the aldehydes and ketones, which we also discussed in the previous module. We also studied the reduction of alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl derivatives poses a potential problem because of 2 possibilities. They can be 1,2 addition as well as 1,4 addition, and we explored when the 1,2 addition can happen and when 1,4 addition will happen. Reduction of carboxylic acid and derivatives to alcohols can be achieved very easily by using lithium aluminum hydride, but if you have to stop the reaction at aldehyde stage, milder reducing agents like dival H are used. Then we also studied about the reduction of amides and nitriles, and both of them with lithium aluminum hydride will give you amines. But if you do the reduction of nitriles with dival H, then there will be formation of aldehydes.